Good morning, children. I am Sirisha Sadhu. I will be your maths teacher for this year. Hope all are staying home and keeping healthy. Be safe. Okay, let us go to today's topic. Okay, children. In your 7th standard, the first chapter is integers. Okay, before going into this chapter, let us start this chapter with an activity which you already know. You can do it very easily because you have already learned so many numbers in your previous years, isn't it? Firstly, in your primary classes, you have learnt about natural numbers, isn't it? So, you know a small set of numbers which is called natural numbers. What are natural numbers? These are the general counting numbers like 1, 2. Its natural number starts from 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, so on up to infinity. Our normal regular counting numbers are called as natural numbers. So initially you know only these natural numbers. Afterwards you have learned a bigger collection of numbers which is called as, what is that? You have learnt about whole numbers. Right. You have learnt another set which is called as whole numbers. What is the difference between natural numbers and whole numbers? Only a 0. Okay, whole number starts with 0. Okay, whereas natural number starts from 1. Okay, when we add 0 to the natural number set, the whole set will become our whole number set. Okay, so after learning whole numbers, now we are going to learn even a bigger collection of numbers. Okay, that is called as integers. Okay, this is our current topic. That is our first chapter. So you have already learnt about natural numbers. When we just add a 0 to the natural number, 0 plus all the natural numbers will give you the set of whole numbers. Now we are going to learn about a bigger set of numbers which is called as integers. What is the difference between these two and integers? Integers means all the whole numbers together with negative numbers also. Okay, negative numbers are also included with along with all these whole numbers, and that set is called as integers. Nothing but, see here, if I take the number line, as you have learned, natural numbers, the number line starts from only 1, 2, 3, so on like this. This is the natural numbers. For natural numbers, you can represent like this, the number line. Whereas if you want to represent the whole numbers on the number line, it starts from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, so on. Okay, whereas if you want to represent the integers, 0 will be in the middle. Okay, 0 will be in the middle, and to the right hand side all our positive numbers will be there. 4, so on. Okay, whereas to the left of the 0 you will have negative numbers, that is -1, -2, -3, so on. Like this it continues. Okay, numbers are infinity. Okay, so natural number starts from 1 up to infinity, they go on. Whole number starts with 0 and they continue up to infinity. Whereas our integers, 0 is the midpoint. We will have both all the positive numbers and our negative numbers. Understood? This is our set of integers. I want you to take it as an activity and Draw the same figure in your class workbooks also. You can draw better than me. Draw neat circles. Okay. First, you have learned about a small set of numbers, that is natural numbers. Then you have learned little more bigger set of numbers, that is the whole numbers. And now we are going to learn about even more bigger set of numbers, that is called as integers. Understood? So draw this so that you will understand. Okay, the whole numbers and natural numbers are also included in our integers. Understood? So this is activity number 1. Then now you understood what are integers. Okay, then we will be going to the next topic, that is properties of integers. Okay, in this chapter, the second thing you are going to learn is the properties. We have learned so many properties regarding whole numbers also. Isn't it the same properties? We will be again checking the same properties for integers also. Firstly, what did we learn? Closure property. Do you remember it? We have learnt about closure property of whole numbers. Do you remember in your 6th standard? Isn't it? So, let us take one more activity. Okay, regarding the closure property, so that you will get more clarity and confidence about that property. I will explain you briefly. Afterwards, you need to make a tabular form, and in that you will be checking whether our integers are closed for addition and integers are whether closed for subtraction or not. Okay. So let me first explain you what is basically closure property. This is just a recap. You already know what is closure property, isn't it? Closure property is whenever you are taking two numbers from any set, like one is natural number set here, the other thing is whole number set, the other thing is integers. Okay, so whenever I am saying, whenever you are taking two numbers from any set, for example natural numbers, and when you add those two numbers, you will be getting a result, isn't it? If the result is also belonging to the same set, that is, if the result is also a natural number, we say natural numbers are closed under addition. Understood? The same way, for example, if you want to check the closure property for whole numbers, I will be taking two whole numbers like 0 and 2. Both are whole numbers, isn't it? Then I will add both of them, 0 plus 2. What will I get? Yes, I will get 2 here. So whenever I am adding two whole numbers, my answer is also a whole number. 2 is also a whole number, right? So whenever I am adding two whole numbers, I am always getting a whole number. You can check this with so many numbers. You take randomly whatever numbers you want and you add them and see. The resultant is also a whole number. Then you can say that whole numbers are closed under addition. Only for this operator, not for all operators. Okay. Whole numbers are closed for addition. In the same way, you can take two numbers and subtract. Okay. You can take two numbers and subtract. For example, I want to take 1 and 3. I want to take 1 and 3. Now see here, 1 minus 3. Okay, I want to perform subtraction operation on them. What will I get? 1 minus 3. So now I will get a minus 2. Do you remember? Yes. See, from a smaller number I am subtracting a bigger number. So I got a negative number here. Isn't it? How to do this subtraction? Do you remember? 1 minus 3 means always anyway we will be subtracting from the bigger number. We'll subtract the smaller number. We'll get 2. The sign whichever number is greater here. 1 is bigger or 3 is bigger? 3 is bigger. So what is the sign 3 is having? Minus. So we will give the minus sign there. Understand? So minus 2, you will get minus 2. Is minus 2 a whole number? No. Minus 2 is not a whole number. See the number line of whole numbers. It starts with only 0, 1, 2 and so on. So minus 2 is not a whole number. But minus 2 is an integer. So can I say whole numbers are closed for subtraction? No. Whole numbers are not closed under subtraction. But whole numbers are closed for addition. So in this way, now you need to check for integers also. These things I have checked for whole numbers. For integers also, you need to check. For example, I want to take two integers, that is minus 1 and 3. Am I okay? Because negative numbers are also integers. Positive numbers are also integers. 0 is also an integer. So I can take minus 1 and 3. Now let me check for addition. Minus 1 plus 3. What will I get? Minus 1 plus 3. I will get 2. The sign will be plus 2 because my bigger number is 3 here. 3 is having plus. So I will get a plus 2 here. Understood? So is plus 2 an integer? Yes. Plus 2 is also an integer. See here the number line. Plus 2 is an integer. So whenever I am taking two integers and adding them, I am again getting the answer also as an integer. Therefore, I can say integers are closed under addition. Integers are closed under addition. Very good. Now let us check the same for subtraction. I will take minus 2 and I want to take 4. Okay, minus 2 and 4. Now I will subtract and see. Minus 2 minus, I need to subtract, right? Minus 4. What will I get? Minus 2 minus 4. So I will get a minus 6. Isn't it? Both are having minus sign only. So I need to add up both and I will put the same sign because anyway both are having the negative sign. So the answer also will have a negative sign. So my result will be here minus 6. Is minus 6 an integer? Yes, of course, minus 6 is also an integer. See, whenever I am taking two integers and subtracting them, I am again getting an integer. That means I can say, you can check the same with so many examples. How many ever integers you want, you can take and check this property. You will always get the result as an integer. So what can we say here? Integers are closed under subtraction. Integers are closed under subtraction. So I want you to do an activity. The first activity 1 is you need to draw these 3 sets and label them like this. Natural numbers. Then the bigger set is whole numbers. Plus 0 if you do, it will become whole numbers. And even a bigger set along with negative numbers, it becomes the integer. First activity is this. Second activity, I want you to draw a tabular form. Just draw a tabular form like this. Draw a tabular form. Just like this. There should be 3 columns in that. First one, write as operator. First one write as operator. Second one you write it as numbers. And the third one you write as remarks. What are the operators you want to check? First you check for addition. Okay, that is the operation you want to check. Then you would take some numbers. Take two examples. Like for 2 examples, you check the addition. Firstly, you draw this table for whole numbers. Firstly, you check the closure property for whole numbers so that the property will be revised for you as you know the whole numbers. Take any 2 whole numbers, add it, you will get a result. Then in the remarks, what will you write? Addition is closed. Okay, whole addition is closed for whole numbers. Okay, whole numbers are closed under addition. Like that you can write the remark here. Understood? Next you check the same property for subtraction. Subtraction also, you take randomly any 2 whole numbers. Any whole numbers you take here, subtract them, see the result. See, when we subtracted, we didn't get an whole number. Did you see here? In the same way, you check for 2 more numbers. Okay, then you won't get a whole number. So what should you write here in the remarks? Here in the remarks, you will be writing subtraction is not closed for whole numbers. Okay, subtraction is not closed for whole numbers. In the same way, after this, make another table again. This time you keep the heading as integers. This time you keep the heading as integers, and again for the same 2 operations, that is addition and subtraction, but this time in the numbers column you need to check with integers. Take any two integers randomly, add the 2 integers. If you are always getting an integer in the remarks, you can write as, okay, you can write integers are closed under addition. Integers are closed under addition. Remarks means what? Whatever you observe while doing a certain thing, you will write it as a remark. That is your conclusion. Okay, so remarks means your conclusion or your observation. So while performing this operation on the numbers, whatever you observe, from that you will write a remark here. So this will be your activity. After doing this activity, we will really enter into our chapter called integers. Understood? Then for the second operation also, take any 2 integers randomly you can choose and then perform subtraction on those 2 integers. Then if the result is always an integer coming there, in the remarks you will write integers are closed under subtraction. Integers are closed under subtraction. You can refer your textbook also. There also they have done in a slightly different way. See, this is your textbook. In your textbook, see, they have done it in a different way. Just statement. Statement, they are taking 2 integers and they are getting an answer. See, 17 and 23 are 2 integers. They got the answer as 40. So, in the remarks or observation, what did they write? Result is an integer. What did they write? Result is an integer. So, again they left some more for you. You can take from here also and perform. Minus 10 plus 3. What will you get? Minus 10 and plus 3? You will get minus 7. Is minus 7 an integer? Yes. So you can write result is an integer. Like that, I have given in a different pattern for you. This is the operator, numbers and remarks. In the same way, you do for addition and subtraction. You should have 2 tabular forms like this. One is this one, okay, where you check the thing for whole numbers. Another tabular form you draw in similar way and that will be for integers. Keep the heading as integers and perform on integers. Okay, here only the change will be here and write your remarks. Understood? This will be your activity for the first session. This is like warm-up session before we enter our chapter integers. As you all know the properties, I just want to brush up on those properties so that we will enter the chapter. Understand? So do these 3 activities in your class workbook and be ready for the next video session. In that we are going to start our chapter integers. Meanwhile, you have only 2 things to do. One is to draw this and show the various sets of numbers and what do they contain. The secondly, you need to draw 2 tabular forms. One to check the property of closure property for whole numbers. The other tabular form is to check the closure property for integers. That's it. Okay. Keep these 3 ready and we'll be entering our chapter integers. Okay, then take care. Stay home. Stay safe.